In a field in Gebenstorf, Switzerland, archaeologists found a warehouse. Inside, thousands of shattered amphorae. But one of them held a secret that traveled 2,000 kilometers, a secret that changes what we know about the Roman taste buds in the Alps. This is the story of a single amphora. It's a story of globalized trade, military logistics, and fermented fish guts. Welcome to the transshipment depot of Vindonissa. Just 1 Roman mile from one of Rome's most important legionary camps north of the Alps, this wasn't just a warehouse. It was a strategic hub, a nerve center for power, politics, and provisions. And for 50 years, it fed a legion. Let's break down this complex. You had a massive timber-framed warehouse right on the river. Goods came straight off boats. Next door, a 2-aisled hall with covered arcades, maybe for inspections or markets. And this, the central building, with a cryptoporticus. A sunken gallery. This is architecture of authority, of Roman bureaucracy. It says forum, it says law, it says tax collection. This was the beating heart of a planned settlement. The evidence is in the finds. Weights for scales, a ruler for measuring, styluses for record-keeping. This was the Amazon fulfillment center for the 11th Legion. And then, in 101 AD, they closed up shop. The Legion pulled out and they razed it to the ground, a clean break, which is why for us, it's a time capsule. Amongst the chaos of thousands of fragments, this one amphora was found complete, but shattered in place. We took the whole thing, en bloc, to the lab. And inside, this residue. To the untrained eye, just dirt. To an archaeologist, this is the motherlode. They washed and sieved this sediment, and what was left were bones. Tiny, tiny bones. Sardina pilchardis, the Atlantic sardine. These are juveniles, less than 10 centimeters long, and this is the first ever archaeological evidence of sardines in Roman Switzerland. These weren't whole sardines. This was the garum, the liquamen, the Roman ketchup, soy sauce, and Worcester sauce, all in one. A fermented fish sauce that was the umami bomb of the ancient world. An amphora specialist looked at the fabric of this clay, its shape, its temper. They traced it likely back here, to the province of Baetica in southern Spain. This was a trans-European supply chain. Spanish fish sauce shipped up the Rhone, across land, down the Rhine system to the limit to feed a legion from Italy, stationed in Switzerland. The Romans weren't just conquering with swords, they were conquering with taste. They brought their palate with them all the way to the Alps. So let's connect the dots. The 11th Legion builds a sophisticated logistics hub. They import luxury condiments from the other end of the empire. They administer territory. This site proves that Vindonissa wasn't just a military camp. It was a nucleus of Romanization. One amphora tells us about trade routes, about military self-sufficiency, about culinary habits. It tells us that a Roman soldier standing guard on a chilly Swiss riverbank could season his pulse, or porridge, with a taste of the distant, sun-drenched Mediterranean Sea. That's power. That's identity. What's the most surprising ancient food you've heard of? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to dive deeper into the archaeology of everyday Roman life, subscribe and hit the bell. Until next time, keep digging.